Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can. Why is all join us? Crystal Smith, I am so sorry, sis. We're going to have to do this again. Wow, we're going to have to do this one again. No big deal. One second, guys. I apologize. We had a little bit of problem with the connection, but I'm getting it right back up. If you hear, you hear. You know what it is. Give me 2 ticks. You already know that I'm gonna be right back with it. I'm even sending it to the groups that don't even respond and block me. I'm very persistent. I'm very persistent. I don't care that they're blocking me or telling me, no, we don't want your content in our group. I'm okay with that. I can live with that. Let me see something here. And I'm sending it to the YouTube channel as well. We're just getting started over on YouTube. I'm this close to having 1,000 subs. I'm this close. Like I told y'all before, I'm this close to getting 1,000 subs. I have 60. This is going to be a short show. And it's probably what everybody's been waiting for, my haters. I will probably get canceled for my observation that I have today. Joe Carpenter, what's good, bro? Good evening. Good afternoon, Wyatt and family. Good afternoon, fam. Hey, I got an announcement to make real fast while people are coming on. I had a little computer glitch, a little computer problem. And now we're back up. Hopefully they'll fade back in and come in and talk to us. And if not, man, we'll just talk amongst each other. I have this retainer in my mouth, so bear with me. I may be a little dry mouth, slow, sloppy mouth, or whatever they call it. But I got to rock it. I hope it's not driving too many people crazy. It's driving me crazy. But hopefully it won't drive that many people crazy. Hey, Crystal Smith, what's good with you? Lay it on us. I'm here for it. Thank you, sis. I hope you had that same energy when I get started. I hope you with me. I'd rather you be with me than against me any day. Sister like you. I'd rather you be with me. Anthony P, what's good? AP is in the building. Like and share. Thank you. Love the support. Sorry, the computer went down, so I had to back out and redo it. So if you sent a share out, please do it again if you don't mind, because the other one I may have just deleted a little while ago. Listen, for people who, Brenda Early is in the building. For some folks, this is going to be a great day for you, because Wyatt might, I may commit suicide, podcast suicide today on my take on something. Yeah. This might be it, y'all. I said it before, and I'm still here, but this one might be it. This may be it. I have an observation of something, and I have to share it. I have to. A brother sent it to me, and I put it on the Facebook page. I put it in the messenger group, and I think this one might do me. This might be the end of the career, if you want to call this a career. This may be my last of the Mohicans run on Wyatt-Live after you get my take on this one. I'm sure. Hey, if you had a sister, if there's a sister, if there's a woman that you know who used to watch me and don't like me and don't agree with my takes or my opinion, you might want to tag her or let her know I'm on right now, because I'm about to destroy myself. And let me tell you why I tell you to go get her. Because what she's going to do is say, girl, I told you he wasn't shit. Girl, I told you he don't know. Girl, I told you he just be talking shit. Girl, I told you he hate women. Girl, I told you. Get ready. Tag her. Tag her now. Tag her now. Let her know. I am absolutely about to step on a grenade. And I am going to probably lose a few. Remember when we used to say that at the beginning? Lose a few. If you're a member of of the messenger group, I sent the video. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I have a different take on the Will Smith, Chris Rock situation. I know I'm not circling back on what I thought Will should have did. I think Will was wrong, but I'm team Will Smith now. Oh Lord have mercy. I know y'all already. Wyatt, stop burning the candle from both ends, bro. Pick a side. Damn it, I got my side now, and it's Will Smith. But it's not for the reasons that you think. Oh no. It's not for the reasons that you think. Been about that check, what's good? Says Brother Wyatt, 100. Thank you. It's tough being 100. Everybody want to take a piece. It's like you being $100 bill. $100 don't spend that much anymore. It's not the same value that it used to be, right? You see how the dollar has dissolved? You see how the dollar is not worth what it used to be? Let me tell you what is not. What also isn't worth what it used to be. The truth. In the world we live in today with social media and the fraud that comes off as being real life, Hollywood has stepped into everyone's living room, probably including mine. If podcasts and social media would have never come up, I probably would have never been able to be this boisterous and have my opinions and amongst the few people that we have here. I wouldn't be able to do this. I've never applied for a radio license or going to a radio station and tried to be anything. And hell, I was a DJ. I was a DJ that didn't say much. I was a battling DJ. But that all being said, social media has made it so easy to be a podcaster or a voice of opinion, some voice of reason, some voice of nonsense, some voice of pure facts, genius, elegance for some. But I have to be honest with you. It has opened up a can of crazy shit in this world as well. Now, there's a lot of great things that come from social media. Hell, I utilize it for a lot of great things. But people take advantage of it. People take advantage of the great technology and they turn it into something evil. They turn it into something evil. And I'm trying not to do that. But sometimes when you try to be 100, when you have to be 100 about something, you turn out to be the bad guy. It's no different than when I had to discipline my daughter one time because she wants to stay out late years ago. And I'm like, you're not grown. I'm disciplining you. I am strengthening your life for your own benefit. You don't need to be out in them streets. Nothing good going on at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. What the hell? But I'm the bad guy because I'm serving off discipline. I'm shooting facts. I'm being real. Give me a minute, yo. Yo said I'm waiting. You got somewhere to be. So do I. Can I build up to my point? I just wanted to wet y'all taste buds and let you know. I don't condone what Will Smith did. But I understand where Will Smith is now after observing what I seen today. I seen a video. One of the videos that I truly been aching to see. That I said to myself in my sleep, I would pay money if I could find the video of what was going on over there with Will and Jada. After she stopped laughing, after Will stopped laughing and walked his ass up to the stage, I want to know, and guess what, y'all? I have the video, and we're going to run it in a second. Letting some more people get in, but I got to make my point. I have the video, and I'm going to run it. It's on my page, and it's in the messenger group. But, oh, y'all going to be really, I know I'm going to lose a few. I know I'm going to lose friends and family. I'm going to lose people that just ain't going to want to rock with me no more. That's fine. That's cool. But see, you may not have been through some of the things that I've been through. You may not have been through some of the things of people and men that I know of. You certainly don't know what Will was going through. And you may not have understood why he was in the place, in his space, in his mind of where he was at that moment. But I am going to do my damnedest time to explain it. Because some men know exactly what's going on in Will Smith's mind right now. And ladies, don't take this the wrong way. Fellas, don't take this the wrong way. But if you've never been in a long-lasting relationship, and I ain't talking about 6 months. I'm talking about years on top of years. Let's say a minimum of a decade. Minimum of a decade. A minimum of 10 years with the same person. And I don't mean he lived with his mama sometime and then he come live with you. And y'all in and out. And sometimes you packing his shit up in a garbage bag and he's leaving with his PlayStations and his shoes and shit in a trash bag. I ain't talking about that type of relationship. I'm talking about a man and a woman in front of God who says, I do. I do, I did. I did it, did it, did it. I ain't talking about y'all putting niggas out with trash bags. I ain't talking about those 6-month relationships. The first 3 months was good. The last 3 months, you couldn't stand one another. She sneezed. You say, what's wrong with you? And you leave. I ain't talking about that. Or he come in late one night, now it's over. I ain't talking about that relationship. I'm talking about an I do relationship. The reason why, okay, here it is. I got enough people here now that I feel that I can justify my switch. I'm still feeling Chris Rock for his professionalism. But Will Smith, brother, I seen an interview with your mom. And your mom even said it. I've never seen him do that. I've never seen him get mad at anybody. I believe her. I believe her. But I don't think Will Smith got mad at Chris Rock because of the joke. We all seen it, right? I'm not saying anything we don't know. This dude laughed at the joke, head back, bobbing and everything. I am, yo. Yo said, nope, pick a side. I'm not burning it from both ends, I promise you. I just have to, I have to let you guys, the only way you're going to understand is if I get to it like this, okay? I'm sorry. If it's taking too long, catch it on the rerun. If you about to miss your exit because I'm talking too long, whatever, just listen. 1 second. Give me that one moment. Will Smith was not mad at Chris Rock. Will Smith has been mentally abused in his relationship. He's been mentally abused in his relationship. Women, you may not know that because you might be the manipulative person that would do a man like that. Jada has done nothing but embarrass this man on an open table, in public, in the air that we breathe. We've seen him get humiliated in front of the world. Does this excuse him punching Chris Rock? Excuse me. Slapping Chris Rock? No, does not excuse it. But let me tell you what caused it. Let me tell you what caused it. And then I'm going to play the video and then we'll talk about it. Somebody can call. You can correct me if I'm wrong. But I'm coming from a male's point of view, from being in situations in my life that are somewhat similar. And all I'm going to tell you is this. The only reason why Will Smith got up, yo said Jada must have some fire. No, I don't think it's that. I think Will Smith is soft. But that don't mean I can't like him. I think he's soft. I think he was easily manipulated. I think he got with a woman that has taken advantage of his mental. And I think he is soft in all the spots that she know how to get him. And I know she has been in this relationship with him and she can control him mentally. Because what other man is going to sit around and let her do all this open shit in front of everybody? And I'm not talking about relationships with younger men and all that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about being able to be having all your business out in the air. Now, what I seen on this video, I'm going to say it first and then maybe should I show the video first and then tell you what I see? What would be best? Somebody tell me, please. Can somebody please tell me, should I just show this video? It's only 30, it might be 30 seconds, if that. But what I see here is Jada has gotten Will to the point where she don't even have to say nothing. Okay, she don't even have to say anything. She have him triggered a certain way. And I'll prove it to you. I'll prove it to you. Because right in this video that I'm about to show you, the video is so dope, I got to split the screen so I can watch it with you. Okay, and I may have to run it a couple times so everybody can get a gist of what's going on. But this video that I'm about to show you is when Will Smith put his hands on Chris Rock, which we all seen. But this video shows an angle of when when Will Smith comes back to the table. Jada Smith is now laughing like this is all a skit and a joke. She's not acting like a woman who just sent her man on a mission to do some damage, and then when he come back, she's soaking him down with the towel like, good shit, baby. That's what you supposed to. Thank you, baby. Yeah, baby. That's how you show his ass. That ain't what I seen there. What I seen there was her laugh as if this was just a joke. Y'all want to see it? Here we go. You tell me if I'm wrong. Did you see what I seen? Roll it again, Wyatt. Watch Jada. Now, let me ask you something. Why didn't she look back at her man who went up there to defend her that one time? Why didn't she look back at him like, yeah, baby? She kept her eyes up on stage and was laughing as if the show was still going on. That did not look like someone that was hurt by a joke. That did not look like she sent a lion to the den to erase some shit. It didn't look that way to me. Can somebody, did it look different to y'all? Should I run it again for those that just got in? That didn't look like a distressed woman that had a problem with a joke to me. That didn't look like somebody who man just went up and put their hands on somebody. Sis, come on now. Don't play. Where my sisters at? Where my sisters at? Y'all know if y'all would have sent y'all man up there to handle some business, y'all would have been snapping your heads and your fingers and all type of other shit. You would have been like, that's right, baby. You did his ass. See, I bet he won't put my name in his mouth no more. And keep in mind, by the time Will Smith came and sat back down at the table with her, he was already screaming, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. And she's sitting there like that shit didn't just happen. I need some help on this one, y'all. Because what I seen here was Jada once again. Now, y'all going to be mad. This is what's going to end me. But I can roll with those that might have a better understanding. I can roll with those that might understand exactly what the fuck I'm about to say. That woman sent that motherfucker up there to look crazy because Will Smith has looked great his entire career. He's a money-getting machine, and that girl's career ain't doing shit. And it's always been about whoa, me, and she is a narcissist. And she sent that nigga up there to look crazy. And when he went up there and put his hands on that man, she watched Chris Rock the whole time, and she laughed when he said, this is, Will Smith smacked the shit out of me. And she was like, she wasn't like, yeah. Shit, my daughter hit baskets at a basketball game, and I got more reaction of, yeah, that's my baby. That's my baby hit that shot. Than what she just gave. Come on, man, let's run that shit again, please. What? See the arrow? Am I missing something? Now for the chaos agents, please don't make me try to read her mind. But if you are in a position where you are trying to, you're hurt, and you feel like your man need to be up there to take care of that shit, what woman sit there and continue to laugh and have a good time at the show and then enjoy the joke that came after getting smacked in the mouth? This is why y'all don't understand. I'm Team Will, because Will need help, y'all. Will need a life raft. Will need a lifesaver. He need men. He don't need Denzel. He don't need Tyler Perry. He don't need them niggas because they don't know. They not there. They not there the way I know. Will is going through it. Will has been abused. And he's been abused by a manipulator. And hold on one second. Let me read this. Yes. I'm going to try to put some of these comments on the screen. How about I do that? Glenn asked a question. Sorry about that, guys. I don't have my glasses on, but I'm going to do the best I can. He says, don't he scream at Chris Rock after he sat down and stood back up? I don't know if he stood back up. I'd never seen him stand back up. Did anybody else see him stand up? I'm not battling it, Glenn. I don't know if he stood back up. I only seen clips of him sitting down the entire time. 2 times that he made that yell. Keep my wife's name out of your effing mouth. Okay? But if he's making that noise and that type of shit, keep my wife's name out your mouth, why is Jada laughing? No. Look at the reaction of Jada and the lady, the sister that we all seen in the clip next to Jada. Watch her and Jada laugh at the same time. Now, keep in mind, that sister never knew that slapping shit was real. You can tell by her reaction. She didn't know this shit was real until Will made those curse words toward the stage. And then she was like this. The sister was like, ooh, this shit real. Ooh. But before then, her and Jada rocked at the joke at the same time of, Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me. Oh, I wish I can read these comments. I can't see them. Let's watch it one more time. I need help, y'all. See the sister in the gold dress? Does that look like somebody that was hurt off of a joke? Does that look like the same persona of somebody that just prior rolled their eyes and was devastated by the joke? Oh, y'all know I love me some Jada. I hate the fact that I have to circle back. Why, Jada, why? This is bullshit, y'all. The reason why Will Smith went up there because his wife gave him the look of, you're not going to defend me? Oh, it's going to be a rough night for you. It's going to be a rough next 5 years for you, nigga. I'm never going to let you forget this one. You let that man humiliate me. And then when you go up and put hands on him, you watch the whole instance with your hands in your lap. You watch him put his hands on the man. And then you don't even watch your husband come back. You stay watching Chris Rock and you just sitting there like you a customer, like you an audience member, like you a regular person. And that wasn't just all about you. You sit there and when Chris Rock say, Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me, you laugh in the same way that everybody else laughed. You didn't laugh like your man just put hands on somebody because you're distraught. She on some bullshit, y'all. She sent that man up there by that look. She knew exactly what she was doing. She didn't have to send him up there. She could have tried to stop him if she thought it was just some bullshit. It didn't really matter. It wasn't no big deal. She could have been like, Will, no, don't do that, baby. We know better. Come on. This is your biggest night of your life. This is your first Oscar. You didn't get all them other movies and shit. King Richard is the best shit out right now that you have done. And she let that man go up there and destroy his moment. She did that. I'm not reading comments. I'm not reading comments because I don't want my thoughts to be manipulated by some of you. I'm not going to read the comments. Y'all can read the comments. I'm not reading the comments. Even the ones that agree with me and the people that disagree with me. I'm in my space right now. I'm in my zone right now. And yes, I'm being very selfish. And the reason why is because I know where Will Smith is in his mind. You have to have somebody that you've been with a long time to understand how you can easily be manipulated by certain situations. And there are some people, you know, you ever heard of that term, sleeping with the enemy? You ever heard of that term, sleeping with the enemy? There are some people that love you but still don't cheer for you. There are some people that love you but don't want you to be more successful than them. There are people that love you and they have children with you and they don't want to see you do good. They just want to see you do enough. But they don't want you to do better than them. I'm going to show you something that y'all might not know. Or you know, but you might not be feeling right now. But this man, I've said it on other conversations. This man has been in this type of situation like this for the longest. Did that look like a woman who's watching her man cry? Like she really give a fuck? Like she really give a fuck? Is this man always sitting on some TV? How often y'all would call him an abuser if she was standing around and she was on the screens doing this type of shit all the time? You would say Will Smith was abusing Jada Pinkett Smith if her face was out on the screen like this all the time. And he had to hear about this young boy smashing his wife. The world. What gave her permission? Do you really think, okay, what grown ass man? You worth $200, $300 million, $400 million. You worth a lot of, you worth a bank. What grown ass man is okay with putting a business out about another man having a relationship with his wife? What man? I don't care if it's a rumor out there and it's true. I don't care what you're talking about. We ain't about to talk about this shit openly in front of everybody. Bitch, let everybody figure the shit out. I ain't about to be doing this shit. You ain't about to put me out there like that. But this man took that shit on the chin like Chris Rock took the slap. And that's why you get shit like this. This is why you get looks like this from Will. This is why I'm Team Will, because Team Will need help. Team Will is in a relationship that's causing him to go public and look like this. Now, let me ask you this, ladies. I don't want to be the one to say this shit and sound like I'm trying to be somebody, like I'm trying to be Debo and all that old shit. But what woman really want a man that's out here like this in public? Other than a woman that wants to try to devalue you. Y'all can get mad at me all you want to. I'm a grown-ass motherfucker. I'm a grown-ass man. I'm a grown-ass motherfucking man. And I know I would never have a woman on my shoulder that don't have no problem making me look like that in public. I'm sorry. And I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to say it again. I'm going to watch this video. Let's watch the video. A few people just poked in. That woman sent him up. That's some bullshit, Jada. That's some bullshit. You done sent that man up there knowing that if he don't go up there, it's gonna be a tough night for him when y'all get home. All the way to the ride, all the way home. I can only imagine what the limousines or ever would hear. And then his kids gotta hear the shit that his mama gonna put out in the air. Then the shit gonna be at the red table about how he never came and defended me and all this old shit. She sent him on that mission. And you know why she sent him on that mission, y'all? You don't have to agree with me, but I know people like this. She sent him on that mission because she was fucking up his reputation. She wanted him once again to look crazy. Do you know how hard it is for me to say this shit about somebody that I really truly like? Because when you got $400 million and your career ends, we still eating, baby. We still gonna eat and live in our castle, but your career won't be as bad. Like nobody can, I won't feel so bad because now you're not getting 20, 25 million a movie. You can fall back like me and you can be a has-been like I was. Then we can maybe power up my podcast of the Red Table and we can do shit my way and I can be the breadwinner and we can convert. This is the shit, the way I see it right now. A lot of people may not agree with me, but I can't think of any other thing. I went to bat for Jada the other day. The shit, it had to sink in on me. It had to resonate on me. This video right here took the cake. This video right here confirms what was in the back of my mind on the left side, back over here. It confirms to me that she's narcissist. And she purposely sent that man up there with that telepathic shit. She sent him up there. If she was hurt, she sure didn't look hurt to me. She rolled her eyes like a black woman did when the joke came her way. Okay? She did the normal. That shit is real. That's 100. Duh. I can't even roll my hip. Remember mama said, keep rolling your eyes and shit gets stuck like that? I'm scared to roll my eyes like she just rolled her eyes because my shit might get stuck. Remember when we used to bend our eyelids up when we was kids? That's some hood shit. Didn't everybody do that? My mama would be like, boy, get that. When your eyes get stuck like that, your eyes gonna get stuck. So Jada rolls her eyes like a woman would. Like this nigga. No, he didn't. No, this nigga didn't. Well, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Now, I'm gonna play the video again and I want you to see if do you see what I see in this video? Do you see a woman who never even watches her man come back? She don't even zoom in on Will. She don't even pay attention to Will. She's still looking up at Chris. Chris says, well, I just got smacked. I just got smacked some shit. I just got smacked by Will Smith. And Jada does the same thing that the sister do. That's sitting right next to them. They all joking and laughing. If y'all was at a basketball game and your man had been let's just be ordinary folks right now. If you was at a basketball game and some man disrespected your woman and you had to go put hands on him, your woman gonna be like, oh, they scored down on the court, my baby, they scored. Now she focused in and zoomed in on the shit that just happened. You disrespected me, my man checked your ass. Now what? Where your woman at? I'm about to get in her ass. That's what we're fuckers we want drama and smoke do. How's she gonna turn super hurt to super professional? That's what I seen. Now tell me I'm wrong. Did she not turn from I'm super fucking hurt, Will go get his ass, baby, to now she gonna laugh at his joke? She didn't, when Will put his hands on Chris Rock, Jada should have been like, that's right. That shit is from 2016 and this date, nigga. Let's take a call. Good evening, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
Hi, Wyatt. How you doing, buddy? Hey. Rothstein, a.k.a. Michael Snackson, a.k.a. Bay O. Wolf. How you doing today?
I'm doing okay, Fame. How you doing, brother?
I'm outstanding, especially hearing the conversation, because if I'm not mistaken, this is exactly what I've been telling you all week. I noticed this instantly. What was going on with Will? Everything that's been happening with dude publicly in the public eye, the humiliating stuff the past 5 years or whatever, just all was right there in that picture of the whole situation where him going up to Chris Rock and slapping the shit out of him, him laughing at the joke at first, and then realizing, oops, I better do something. And and then that her reaction right there. It's all right there. It's all visceral for a reasonable person to see what's going on with him. Yeah. Do you not agree?
I agree. Fame, it's tough for them to agree with you because I'll be honest. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you, brother. You have been saying that.
Well, That's because, you know, and I don't know why Lawson, you know, I'm the camera of Cincinnati. I'm the camera. I'm the one that you know blows up the negatives so that people can see the bigger picture. You understand me? That's what I'm trying to do. You know, you might find it harsh. What I'm saying, and if it feels directly to you, it's not intentional. You know, but it is what it is. You know, this comes from a life of experience. I've seen these people. I've been that people. I've been Will. I know exactly what's going through with him.
See, that's what I'm saying. Hey, Fame, is it okay to say that? Because I think you
What's that?
just said I've been Will. When you say
Yeah.
you've been Will, I remember you called in yesterday or the day before. I'm not really sure, brother, but I told you something personal about me, and it kind of shut you down a little bit because you wasn't really trying to go there. You wasn't really trying to
Right.
go there, but I kind of felt the fact. See, this is why I said it on the air. Some people really shouldn't really be making comments because they've never been in this zone. They've never been manipulated. They've never been in a manipulative relationship. But I can tell you one thing right now. Would you agree with this or disagree with this, Fame? Would you agree that if Will Smith had Jada looking like this out there, if her pictures were her crying and her, you know, looking a certain way all the time, wouldn't people be saying that Will Smith was mentally abusing her and probably kicking her ass at home?
What is that? National Organization of Women would be going out after Will. You know, he'd be the worst. He'd be the scum of the earth. He'd be R. Kelly. You know, he'd be under him if he put this to a woman, an adult woman. You know, like that. You know, it's sad. You know, because they're acting like it's just normal behavior, or it's not that big a deal that she's doing it. It's like this man is totally eroded before our eyes.
Yeah.
You know, everything. Everything that he as was thought of, you know, kind of went into shambles right there and then that there. We can say maybe it'll you know, get back together for him, but I doubt it. It's like you only get so many chances to have so much of a fuck up, and this might have been that big of a fuck up for him that he can't come back from it. Like you said, if his career ends at, you know, worth $400 million, he'll still be okay. His kids will be okay. His grandkids will be okay. But it didn't have to end like this for him.
Right.
Is what I'm saying. I mean, did you used to watch The Sopranos?
I did. Yeah, I was a fan.
Don't this remind you of the Jitty Sack joke?
Yeah.
You know how Johnny Sack was gonna kill the dude for doing it and things like that. It was just a harmless joke amongst buds, but he felt like his wife was dishonored.
Yeah.
You know, like that. I kept thinking of that today. Like, yeah, man. You know, and they told him, like, dude, you know, you're not killing the guy. We're not gonna let you kill him. We'll crack some money out of him. You know, $250,000, but you don't get to kill him over this. And that's what Will needed to understand. You didn't need to hit the guy over this.
No.
It wasn't that bad of a joke. It wasn't that I ain't gonna say it wasn't that serious, you know, because you know how he finds it serious, but in the grand scheme of things, it wasn't. And my thing is also this thing is coming down behind racial lines at this point. Racial lines and poverty lines. You know, people with a little bit of status or white people are like totally against Will at this. You know, not status, but a little money. You know what I'm saying? And then you got, people in the hood or chaos agents that want to front like they're doing the black community some good and telling them like, no, this is exactly what's supposed to happen. You know, that type, promoting violence. Like, no, this is not a good look for Will. This was not proper.
So let me ask you this, Fame. Were you able to see the video? I know you be on the road sometimes.
Yeah.
Were you able to see the video that I was running?
Yeah, I was watching it.
Do you find that to be a little odd that she would laugh after Will put his hands on dude and he walks back to the table and she doesn't pay him any attention. She's still looking at Chris Rock and he makes that comment and she laughs just like everybody else in the building. When
she laughs, doubles over on it, and then automatically instantly stoic again.
Right.
Which I found odd too. Like, okay, yeah, like you said, like you just gonna sit there act like this shit didn't happen. You're not even looking at Will.
So let me ask you this question on that same sense, staying on that point. Do you think that she's capable of sending him up there on that mission to tarnish him, to make him look bad like that? Do you think that he has the type of woman that don't have no problem making him look stupid or foolish in public. And, could that be the way she's keeping him? That she's...
Hell yeah, you only worth 400 million. But if Tupac was still alive, he'd be worth $1 billion. He'd be Jay-Z with $1 million with the movie star contract, unlike your punk ass. That's what you're getting at it. I'm telling you, this is really, really sad and toxic.
Yeah.
And this woman needs to be checked and stopped right now. Because I'm telling you, we only got 18 months. If this thing isn't fixed mentally and emotionally from him, and within 18 months, there's blood's going to spill. I don't know whose, but blood's going to spill. You think I'm playing? But that's all I got, B. It's always a pleasure, my man, and we'll talk again soon. Stay up. Ow!
Appreciate you, Fame. Appreciate you. Yeah, a lot of people, I was kind of looking at I was listening to Fame, but I was reading some of the comments. I said I wasn't going to do that. I was finished on my rant and making my point. I'm still on my circle about it. I think that Jada has gotten Will to a point where he feels disrespected. Yes. I think the joke was, okay, I still go back to, did Chris Rock really know what was going on with Jada and her hair issue? That's one that we need to figure out, or Chris Rock will maybe say something about that. He started his world tour last night in Boston, and he didn't say anything about the incident. They're going to save all that content. That he's going to make millions. He's not going to have to get a check from Will. He's going to make millions. Netflix and all those other companies, those platforms, are all lining up to get that story, that sit down, that stand up, or whatever format they put it in. They're going to sell it. They're going to bottle it up. They're going to label it, and they're going to sell it to the public. But what I seen is what all I needed. I don't even need to hear Chris Rock's situation and how he feel about it anymore. Jada told me everything I needed to know. She confirmed my left side of my mind, what was going on in my head, and that was she wasn't all that broke up about that. She sent Will up there by a look. That's just my opinion. That's my opinion. And for some odd reason, y'all, we have this freaking problem that when other people's opinions are different than yours, we feel like we got to argue to make our opinions valid to people. Why? If you don't agree with me, damn it, all I got to do is say it one time. All I got to do is say, this is how I feel. All you got to do is tell me how you feel. That's fine. If you're not in a position to convert over to how I feel, I'm not going to try to force you to see it my way. Damn. Can't we have differences of opinion and still be cool? Nah, you got guys up here making look, this is how men do shit right here. Women, y'all do one thing, and I'll get on that. But men do shit like this. They put messages out on Facebook, and they say shit like this. They try to shame dudes who feel a certain way. They try to say shit like this. Women, y'all better pay attention, because if y'all dealing with men that think that Chris Rock did that he ain't deserve to get his hands put on him. If Will Smith, y'all don't want no man like Will Smith, y'all better watch them type of dudes. They ain't no real man. Now, see, that make a dude like me be in my feelings like, what the fuck you talking about? Because I didn't choose to do it that way, make me less than a man? Come on, man. Don't do that. See, now you try now see that what that does is that makes us have a little bit of a conflict. Because now you trying to come down on my manhood of how I would handle what makes me a man, how I deal with shit and how you deal with shit as a grown ass man. It could be two different pathways. Two different ways. That don't make me less than a man that I'm willing to have a conversation with a motherfucker first before I put hands on him. That don't make me less than a man. But when you put shit out there like, hey, y'all better, and it's guys out there making comments like, I would have handled it different. Now you got other dudes out there saying they some suckers. Anybody that wouldn't have did that type of shit right there is some suckers. And now for the ladies that say shit like, I'm glad we got somebody representing and trying to take up for black women. Oh, is that it? We want to turn it into that. We want to turn it into that. So let me ask you something. Did you want a man like Will? Let's take all the money out of it. I ain't never heard nobody put a post up on Facebook or anywhere else. Hey, Tracy, here go the number. Hold on, I'll give you the number. You can call and cuss me out or whatever. It's cool. I could take it. I'm going to show you. But listen, I ain't seen no woman in the last decade put a picture up of Will Smith and say, this is the kind of man I want. So now you want to put a number, you want to put a man's, now you want Will Smith because he put his hands on somebody. All of a sudden now he's the man. But when he was a family man, taking care of his family and handling and doing certain shit, I ain't never seen nobody put a post up talking about how Big Will is the shit, other than maybe how you get money. But somebody please tell me how many women were out here saying, oh yeah, Will Smith, that's the time. Give me a man like that. Now, what you're saying is, it ain't necessarily Will. You want a man that'll defend your honor and put his hands on somebody. And I done seen some posts and women saying, where those men at? Well, I could give you a few phone numbers. It may not be fun for you after a little period of time. It might start out good. All right, let me go to the phones. Good evening. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, Wyatt, it's Tracy. How are you?
Hey, sis, what's good with you? How's things on your end of the world?
Yeah, I'm getting tired of the Will and Chris conversation, but I'm here for it today.
Wait a minute, sis.
Disagree, but we'll be friends at the end of the day.
Absolutely, but wait a minute, sis. I asked you a question about you. How you doing? Because you know you were going through something before the Will and all that.
I'm still going through, but
Okay.
I'm still standing.
Good.
And I'm still trusting God. So
There you go. There you go. All right. I just want to make sure you're good because you came on. You sent some messages out before, and we want to make sure family is family and family is good. So now let us have it about Will and Jada, Will and Chris Rock, because I'm tired of it too, sis. But it's new development stuff coming out.
Well, here's the thing for me, and I'm gonna just say a couple of things. Number one, Will, Jada, and Chris are actors. Okay, that's number one for me. But I don't understand why Jada is getting dragged more than Will. You've been married just as long as I have, and I think you might agree with me when I say my husband can't just make me do anything that I don't want to do. Maybe your wife can't just make you do anything that you don't want to do. Jada didn't make Will go up to that stage. She gave him a look and he chose to go up there. Jada didn't make Will go to the red table last year. He chose to do it. He's a grown man, just like Wyatt is, and just like your audience has grown men and grown women in it. And he's making choices. I believe that the Smiths, from Will and Jada to Willow and Jaden, I'm not going to put the other son in it because he seems somewhat normal. I think they thrive for the attention of the media and they do anything to stay relevant. I also think that women who are Team Chris Rock and say, he shouldn't have went up there and slapped him and we can't do any violence. And I'm not trying to agitate your audience, the women in your audience. I'm just making a statement here. I believe some of those women, even women out in Facebook and Instagram land and everywhere else, I believe some of those same women would be saying, see, that's why she cheated on your ass, because you sat there and didn't do nothing if he chose to sit in his seat and not go up there. They would have totally flipped it and said, see, that's why she got with August, because he's a punk. He didn't even defend her. So in whatever situation, Will cannot win. If it was me and my husband chose to sit there, I might have ran my mouth the whole way in the car home, got home, been pissed off maybe for a whole week. But I would have got over it. And I think Jada would have too. I just don't think that Jada is making him do anything. Will is the MFing breadwinner in this house. And if he decided to leave and leave all of them high and dry and say, y'all figure it out, they would be scrambling to figure it out. I think y'all taking a lot of power away from Will. I just think Will reacted in the moment, and this was the outcome. I just don't think she's a bad wife. I also want to say that we don't know why Jada does what she does. I've seen Will on trips with younger women. I've heard Will had a boyfriend in Dwayne Martin. She could be tired, and maybe she is trying to humiliate him on some levels because maybe she's cried in silence for years. Who knows? There's three sides to every story: his side, her side, and the truth. And people just pick the side that they want to be on. But you know, it is what it is. I wasn't embarrassed when he went up there. I just think we've been conditioned as Black people to believe that when we in front of some white folks, ooh, massa talking about us, and they think we animals, and that's why we get embarrassed. I wasn't embarrassed at all. I was just like, well, it is what it is. And all of this, like you said, it's going to be Chris Rock. He's going to make a gazillion dollars with the highest bidder. But again, Chris Rock is one of those that stands up at the Academy Awards and shucks and jives with Wanda Sykes in front of them white folks and say what they say so they can stay in their good graces and stay on their payroll. And it is what it is. And Chris Rock is going to be the winner. And that's my little rant.
Okay. You know what? I appreciate it all. I don't agree with some of it. I agree with some of it, and I disagree with some of the other. When you said, we've been married, we're married and blah, all of that. From a male's point of view, when you make a comment and you say Will is a grown man and she can't make him do anything, I think men would disagree with you on that. I think a stubborn man, or a man that may not be married, or a man that's been divorced several times, or a man who thinks masculinity is just telling his woman what to do all the time and doing it his way and no other way, I think those type of men might agree with you. But those are generally men that are like I tell people all the time, if you're in a relationship and you're totally happy, you are totally happy, then your spouse is probably sad. Because I don't know a perfect relationship. But anybody that from a male's perspective, Tracy, this is what I have to say to you. I know where you're coming from when you say he's a man, okay? And she can't make him do anything. But I can tell you right now that men with wives and women, and we've been with them for a long period of time, won't agree with you there. There are things that we would do for our women that we would normally not do, but we're doing it because of them. And it happens all the time. Okay, and this is one of them situations where you don't know and I don't know exactly how that conversation has been. That conversation of why you let this happen, why this, why that, that conversation, keep in mind, she's from Baltimore. Okay, she is from Baltimore. So that is a typical conversation between, they might be white rich, if you want to call it that. They might be super rich in front of the white folks and all that old shit that people thinking, but they still, they steal from certain places. And those mentalities, those cuss words and the way you deal with things from when you was a child, that's how you were raised. And those things are still in you deep down somewhere. And they come out. And what make these two comfortable is they don't have to be Hollywood with each other at home. You got Philly and Baltimore at home in them mansions. And she could be just as manipulative as Tanika that live in Winton Terrace. I'm just being honest with you. She could be as nasty and ruthless, not saying that that's what it is all the time. I'm saying somebody that can be treacherous with words, treacherous with manipulation. She could be all of that. And you don't have to be a man. It don't take a man to have it his way all the time. Women can make men do things. Did you hear Will say, love can make you do weird things? That don't necessarily mean I'm in love with her so much that I'll do anything for her. What it means is, even if I have to go up here and do what I got to do, I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to sacrifice and look crazy for the love of my woman. But here's my thing, sis. Did you see the video? Did you see the video that I played?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so sis, what did you get out of that? How do you explain her reaction of what Chris Rock said? And she had no remorse. She had no conscious feelings to what Will did. She didn't touch him on the shoulder. She didn't say, calm down. She didn't say, thank you, baby. She didn't say, that's how we do it, like his son did. She didn't say a word. She laughed at Chris Rock's joke, just like the house did. Just like the house did. She didn't seem to be disturbed. She looked like an individual to me, because I'm a grown man and I've been through things myself. She looked like a woman that sent a man up there who didn't care if they look crazy or not. Some people, it will come into a room and make your ass look totally crazy. And I'm going to tell you, I went through that as a child as well. I went through that as a child. And my mother, didn't do it to me, but her boyfriend at that time did. Embarrassed me at school. And you can't tell me love for him made her let him do that to me. No, that was them having a relationship. He came to the school and embarrassed me during recess, in front of the entire school, right out in front of the whole school. Now, love can make you do things like that. Love let my mother let that happen to me in front of the entire. No, what happens is manipulation. People get you in a certain place where it's not necessarily love that makes you do those things or allow things to happen to you. It's manipulation that makes you it makes you believe. It's just no different than a pimp. Why do you think a pimp could send a woman out there to collect all this money for the acts that she's doing, and then he come back and call her a bitch and all this old shit and treat her like shit and then say, come here, baby. He then manipulated her. You would wonder how people could get through with that. How does that happen? It happens. And you know what? That same thing happens in relationships. It may not be you, sis, but relationships are all different.
So if she's wearing the pants and she's a manipulator in the relationship, why aren't you all calling him out and calling him weak?
Listen, I did. I said that he was weak, but at the same time, you got to be careful when you use those words when you call a man weak, because what happens is this: mentally, I'm no doctor, but I'm coming from a perspective. Mental manipulation does not necessarily mean you're weak, because there's so many things involved in being manipulated. If they didn't have any kids, maybe this whole nucleus of their relationship would be totally different. If they didn't have $400 million that may need to be split up, you never know. This relationship could be different. If Will was just a regular dude that was working at the post office every day, you know what I'm saying? If he was just a regular 9-to-5 dude, he may not be with her this long like he has been. We don't understand the nucleus of their relationship. We don't know what's really keeping them together. I'm watching her behavior and sending him out there looking crazy all the damn time, crying for some shit she talking about. I'm not seeing a strong man in him at all. And she know what she got.
So let me ask you this, Wyatt. Let me ask you this. Could he be that type of guy who thought he was strong enough to handle an open relationship, and he probably said in his own arrogance, I'm a $400 million man. My wife ain't going nowhere. She ain't doing nothing. And one day she wakes up and she does it, and does it with a younger man, and he can't handle the truth. And on top of that, you have a whole nation of people that are circulating memes and laughing at him, and he just cracked.
Yeah, they've been doing that though, sis. Wouldn't you agree? Do you think that this was would you agree with this or not? Would you agree that Will Smith has been through way more than this particular incident? Don't you think if he gonna swing on somebody, it should have been on something different than this? After all the shit
like
that
who? Swing on, who else is in line? Like who?
Well, there's been several. Well, you could say that. There's been other dudes with Jada. Jada was on a tour with a rock band. From my understanding, she was rocking with a drummer dude. Now, that's just, I don't know how true that is, but I don't know how true it is that they had, an open relationship. People are telling me that they really didn't. I don't know. Have you ever heard them say that they had an open relationship?
Well, who's really going to admit it beside Monique?
Well, they admitted other things. She admitted that she had an entanglement. She admitted other things. So why not that one?
Well, didn't she admit that because August started talking?
Probably so, but I'm not saying what motivated it. I'm talking about because he said that don't mean she had to take the conversation and turn it into a red table conversation. Don't put all my shit out there like that. Don't have your man sitting at a red table talking about how you got an entanglement with a motherfucker and then you thinking that everything gonna be good for him. That's a mental situation he going through. No man wants to listen. It's hard enough if they were sitting on a couch in their own living room talking amongst each other. He can't take it there. But you're gonna put me in front of a TV screen, in front of a video, and you want the whole world to know how this shit was going down?
But no. You keep saying you put me because you act like he's under some Kardashian spell.
Well, let me just say something to you, sis. Believe it or not, I hate to tell you this, and this may not have anything to do with something that you may have gone through in your life, but believe it or not, some people feel like in order to satisfy the situation, they'll do whatever it takes to make it right. See, some people just don't get it. I see some people here laughing and saying, man, men, men and all this and all that, like I'm blaming the woman. I'm seeing the individual. If it was the same, if it was the other way around, and I seen Jada out here crying and doing all the shit that Will is doing right now, and going off and acting, doing what Will was doing, I would say the same thing about Will Smith. I would say he has her manipulated, and he might even be putting hands on her at home. That's what people would be saying if Jada was doing the same thing, if the roles were reversed. I don't have a dog in the fight. I'm just an observer, just like everyone else. I'm sharing my opinion. Some of my opinion comes from experience. I know how it is to be to be in a situation where you'll do something, you will embarrass yourself to make things right for the other person. Men know what I'm talking about. There's women that'll do the same thing. There are women. Let me give you a perfect example. This is not part of my life, but this is one of the things that some women are willing to do. Some women are willing to do something that they would never do before for any man on this planet, except maybe their husband, and they really don't want to do it, but it's their husband. Some women will say, I'll never be with another woman, or I'll never do a threesome. None of that type of shit. I'm not trying to get vulgar. I'm just making a point where a woman may say, I'll never step in that arena. I'll never do that. And then you and your husband come up to this thing, well, it's been 15 years, dear. You told me on our 15th anniversary or whatever that you would experiment, you would do this. And she end up doing it because she feels obligated. And it happens, sis. Women do things that they normally wouldn't do for a man in a relationship as well. They do it. And me sitting here trying to take Will's side, because I'm taking Will's side, don't mean I'm trying to blame Jada all the way, but Jada has to take responsibility for her actions, and I think she has manipulated Will. And it could be a sense of Will might have fucked up so bad that he owe her all this anguish and this embarrassment. Like, okay, I did her so wrong. And y'all heard me say that the other day. I said maybe Will is taking all this embarrassment openly. Not because he wants to, but he feels like he has to because we don't know in behind closed doors what he's done to her.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but listen, we ain't talking about that. What I mean by that is this. Why ain't Jada saying, well, Will did all this shit to me? He's done all this to me. The only thing that Jada has been talking about, and Will said it too, he said, I put my career ahead of my family. Now, I'm not saying that's a light thing to do. Like it's light. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is you don't hear her talking about all these relationships that he had. What if Will was smashing one of their friends' daughter? I mean, one of their friends, if a girl, I don't care if she was 25 years old or 30 or whatever their age group is. It don't matter. What if Will was hitting one of Willow's friends? What if he was having sex with one of her friends and it was open? How would Jada look? As a woman in that, you know how women take things like that. How would Jada feel if Will was messing around with one of Willow's friends?
Yeah, she'd be devastated.
Yeah, and do you think that would be a good conversation to have out in public at a red table?
Only if you're attention whores.
Well,
that's how they make their money. That's how they make their come up. That's how they stay in the public relevant.
I understand, sis. And here's the thing. You got to understand, Will may not be. Listen, I've never known Will. I don't know him personally, but if you look at Will is in front of the camera. He's either doing a movie or he's doing some Mr. Good Guy image thing. He's never out here trying to do some ratchet shit. He's never out here trying to promote a brand that's bad for the community. He's a good guy. Generally, he really is. And I think what's going on right now is I think Jada may have a problem with this Mr. Goodbar image that he has. And she don't have no problem making him look bad in public. Because let me ask you this, sis. What man, even what woman would want their man to look that bad on TV? I wouldn't even ask my wife to go on no red table if it was going to make her look bad like that, even if she was willing to come do it.
Well, I mean, it's not just Will, though, and I'm gonna wrap this up. It's not just Will, though. She's had her kids come on. What Willow was talking about, polygamy, and Jada was talking about how he wanted to be emancipated, and then she had the stepmama, the other first wife on there. I mean, it's all of their business. That's how they live. They just live in the public eye.
I understand.
And I think when you do that, there's going to be some blowback. I'd say maybe 5 years down the road, somebody's going to have a tell-all book.
Well, I mean, maybe so, sis. But shit, do we need to know any more? I don't need to know nothing else about them. But Tracy, all I want to tell you is this, sis. I got nothing but love for you. But I see something a little bit different than some people see in this. And I'm not really trying to blame Jada. I don't want to. Jada is right here with me every day. That was the last thing I wanted to do, sis. And I went to bat. You heard the first few shows. I went to bat for Chris Rock. I went to bat for Jada. But you know who I got to go to bat for? I got to go to bat for my brother, who is going through some things that a lot of people may not know what he's going through. He's going through some things. You know what? Fame may use the wrong terminology when he says blood will spill, but I really feel sorry for Will Smith. I don't care how many millions of dollars that he has. Money don't band-aid your mind. Money don't make you, it don't make you immune to being human. Okay, and the things that he's going through, as much as he loves Jada, that same love is what's really hurting him the most. That's just in my opinion.
One last question. What do you think the Academy is going to do?
You know what? To be honest with you, that was my biggest problem with the whole thing. I don't think that the Academy has any control over anything other than that award that they gave him. But what I had a problem with, Tracy, to be honest with you, what I have a problem with is this: the power that this whole situation has taken away from the movie King Richard. Now, I know you've been listening for a while, and you know I was going crazy about that movie King Richard. You know what I'm saying? I know you. I mean, I don't know if you ever heard me talk about how great it was. It's going to be.
Oh yeah, you loved it.
Awards.
That's what made me watch it.
Yeah, awards are going to be won. And you know what? Will Smith has made $20 million, $30 million on all kind of movies. Okay, and one of the lowest budget movies he's ever made that has the most meaning to me personally is where he won his Oscar. He didn't made hundreds of millions of dollars before he made this movie right here. Now, Ali was one of my favorites too. But this particular movie it said a lot about what I talk about, and that's the home being, solid. And Will won his first Oscar of all these movies that he's ever put out. He won it on one of these type of movies, and I was proud of that moment. But let's talk about this for a hot second. What are they talking about on that movie? Why did the power get out of how successful that movie was and how great Will was in that movie? Why is that not the conversation anymore? Because of Will Smith's actions. Because of what he did. And that's what burned me up, sis. I don't give a shit what the Oscars. The Oscars don't mean nothing to me. But what it does, it means something to Will and them because it adds more zeros to the scripts that they get in the mail. You understand? But for us as people, we should give a shit about what the Oscars do to Will Smith. We shouldn't even care. And let me say this one last thing, because you're the powerful sister that you are, you'll understand what I'm saying. Will Smith, for the record, I put this post up. For the record, Will Smith did not embarrass me. Will Smith did what he did on his own accord, and he represents Will Smith. He doesn't represent me as an African-American man. Stop doing that. Stop making it seem like every time somebody black do something out here, that's how we are. No, it's not. No, it's not. And let's just say this. Y'all didn't have that same energy about he doing this, he making us look like this. Y'all didn't say all that shit when he was Mr. Goodbar. Y'all didn't use Will Smith to be the leader of the black community. Y'all called him goofy. Y'all called him a Hollywood A-tier person. Y'all called him all the nice guys. This is when nice guys finish last. Now you want a nice guy to finish first when he act like a bad guy. I ain't going. You there, Trace?
Yeah, I'm watching you on my laptop, and your mouth was still moving.
All right.
I just want to say, I'm going to hang up. Russ Clark said this morning. He said we need to stop owning this embarrassment of what Will did. He said, because I tell you what, none of those insurrectionists on January 6th embarrassed. He said, none of their friends embarrassed.
I don't know about that.
That was pretty profound.
Listen. Let me say this. I'm not into politics like that, but let me just say something to you.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'd like to address that, though, because that's a good point. I can't stand it when people bring in politics to shit like this and they bring in something like January the 6th. Let me say something to you. Not every Republican in this country was there on January the 6th. And not every Republican is proud of what happened on January the 6th, nor is every Republican proud of Donald Trump. You see what I'm saying? It's just like that. That's a party. That don't mean you're in a cult. There's a certain group of people in the Democratic Party that is just as wick and whack as there are people in the Republican Party. You got some people in the Democratic Party that act just as stupid for their cause as you do Republicans that act stupid for their cause. You see what I'm saying? So I don't want to bring January 6th and all that shit into this situation, because there are some Republicans that are embarrassed that January the 6th thing happened. There are. Now I'm talking about the ones that
Well,
weren't there.
see, you flip my words, because that's not what I said. He
Oh.
said the insurrectionists and their friends. He didn't make it a Republican and Democratic thing. He's talking about those fools that got up there and rushed the Capitol.
Well, that's what he
Period.
meant, though, Tracy. That's what he's talking about. He's talking about, don't know, you know, the people who've seen all the people on January the 6th go do that thing. Ain't none of them embarrassed for that. But yes, they are. Because if you're a Republican and you've seen that, and you're a true Republican, a Republican that goes by policy, all Republicans don't agree that Trump is the best person. I mean, that's why you had some Republicans transfer from being Republican over to Democrat, because they were ashamed of that man. That don't mean they don't agree with the policies of the Republican Party. They just had the wrong messenger. People have heard me say that on this show, that, hey, I personally think that the Republicans need a new brand ambassador. Trump's not the guy. You're
Right.
killing your party by having somebody that no one likes.
Well, Wyatt, we can agree to disagree, and we agreed on a few things, but I just want, I really haven't, I put a little post up not too long ago the night that it happened, but I haven't really said anything because it's actually draining, and I almost want to take a hiatus like you did until the shit's over with and people stop talking about it, but I think it's going to be talked about for quite some time.
I hate that, though, don't you?
Yeah.
Because there's so
There's
much more.
a lot more stuff going on in the
Oh
world
my
and in
God.
our city.
And here's the thing. I'm going to be honest with you, Tracy. I'm glad you said that. I'm sorry. I know I'm taking up your time, but quick thing. You said that there's a lot more going on. The crazy thing about this thing is, this is showing you how we rule on evil. We tend to shear evil and make evil part of our day every day. The crazy thing about this is this. If Will Smith wouldn't have done any of this, we wouldn't even be talking about Oscar winners today. We wouldn't even be talking about the Oscars right now. If Will Smith won his first Oscar and we cheering it on 3 days later, 4 days later, we wouldn't even give a shit. But now that this happened, we talking about the Oscars every day. The ratings of the Oscars went up. More people are watching the YouTube problems that's going on with this than they even watch the Oscars. And that's what's crazy. We live in a cynical world. We live in a world where people want to absorb drama instead of fixing shit. They want to hear the next problem. Can't wait for the next shit to drop. And unfortunately,
They can't wait for the next Oscars next year. They are.
Yeah, well, everybody probably wants to know who's going to host it. And here's the thing. Here's what Chris Rock, did you hear what Chris Rock did? Did you hear what he said?
No.
He went to the 3 women. I don't remember, I forgot who they were, but I know Regina was one of them, and Wanda Sykes. Yeah, he went to them and he said, "Sis, I am sorry." He went to Wanda Sykes and said, "I'm sorry." She said, "Why? Why, Chris?" He said, "Because this was y'all night. This was y'all night, and I messed it up. This was y'all." He wasn't even the host. He was a presenter. And he stole the evening with this nonsense. And to be honest with you, I'm like, I understand why he would apologize like that. I understand. And I know he took the big road and all, he took the high road. I get all of that. But him going to Wanda Sykes and saying, "I'm sorry, sis. You know, this was my opportunity. It was y'all night. And I messed that up for y'all." He already know the impact of that behavior that him and Will got into. He already know the impact of what it did. It messed up more legendary things than just the Oscars. There was more things on the line that night. And Black Hollywood understood that.
Yeah, and we are so grateful that after 94 years, we finally get our opportunity. But I'm going to end this saying that being a smart ass, but
Yeah, hey, but Tracy, let me ask you this, Trace. Would you agree with me that Will Smith will have a better opportunity in Hollywood, white Hollywood, than anybody else that he may have apologized to that night? In other words, see, when he went to when Chris Rock went to Wanda Sykes and them and said, "I'm sorry," don't you think that the small amount of black folks that succeed in Hollywood, I'm not talking about the Tyler Perry Hollywood, the budget, the movies that Tyler Perry and them putting out and Oprah and them putting out on Lionsgate. I'm talking about Hollywood. The money was in the room. Will Smith will recover from them guys more so than anybody else in that building.
I think it makes it easier for Will Smith to be dismissed at this point by white folks because we're not standing behind him. And if they don't see us standing behind him, they're not going to give him a pass. That's just what I think
Well,
is
I'm
going
with
to
him.
happen.
I'm with him. I don't agree with what he did, but I'm with him because I'm with him in the male's perspective, not because he was macho man to go put his hands on someone. I'm with him because I think that he's dealing with something that he doesn't. He's talked about all of this. He's talked about everything but this. He's talked about everything. He even said he felt like a loser. When he was younger and coming up, he felt a certain way because his mom was getting abused and he couldn't really do anything about it. He felt a certain way about he was how he was interpreted in the rap game. He felt like he wasn't really hip hop. He felt this way because gangster rap was taking over and it moved him out of the way. And I feel so. See, now you're starting to feel less than a man based on the shit that your woman got out here in the public. And here's the thing. I know you keep saying, stop saying Will is she doing this to Will. I'm telling you, sis, they've been together so long that she can jump off on him more shit than you can imagine.
Well, I think if he ends up in a I don't want to say mental hospital, but if he has a public meltdown other than this, white people will rally around him, and then we'll be back to talking about mental health and all again, and they'll feel sorry for him, and then he'll be back on the saddle again. I think that's the only way it's going to happen. But I think these white folks are team Chris Rock because Chris Rock took the high road, and I think they're on his side. And with that, I'm gonna let you go.
All right, sis. Nothing but love. Appreciate you. Hey, good luck on your journey there.
Thank you.
Talk to you. That's Tracy Dillingham. Whew! I got off light. I thought I was gonna have to bring out the bandages. I thought I was on my way to get me I thought I was gonna have to load the weapon up, y'all. I thought she was about to hand it to me, but she started out slick. We can just agree to disagree. And I'm like, okay, this might go out all right. Okay, sis, let's go. But I did want to check on her first before we got into it. I thought we was gonna have to dodge a few. But it's cool. None but love, Tracy. Appreciate you. There's some fellas out there that know where I was coming from when I said what Will was going through. Some of y'all ladies, y'all know too. You just don't want to admit it. Because you might have had a dude like that under your arms. Or you may have been like what Will is to Jada. You may have been in that spot. Cut me, Mick. There you go. Glenn said, cut me, Mick. Adrian. You may have been there before. There's a lot of people that can understand that point of where Will have broke. This was a breaking point. I still will go in and say that he picked a soft target. I got to show the video again. I got to show this video again. I need y'all to help me understand. I'm stuck on this. I'm stuck that Jada sent this dude up there and then watched him and then she laughed at it. I just think that she was okay with him looking like a damn fool. I think she was okay with it. I think if we got $400-500 million, if Will don't work again, we can sit home and now my project, I'll use his star power to do my project and we'll work together. We'll do a family-owned business. Do you know how it must feel to go to performing arts, one school like that in Baltimore, and you developing your craft, and you've been on the Cosby Show, and then you was somewhat of a third-tier star on Different World, and then you get into a few movies, and you done made maybe $5 million in your career. Not putting her career down, and I'm not trying to count her money. I'm just putting it in perspective. And you got some scripts that's coming in that is for some dumb shit. Like you're going to sit in a chair in the Matrix. Very little speaking roles. You ain't one of the ones that they dropping down in the Matrix and you got the shiny black suit on with the glasses and shit and you kicking everybody's ass. That ain't your role. But then you getting these type of roles sent to you. Maybe Tyler Perry sending you some shit that you know, it's like, Maybe. But we all know what kind of shit Will got going on. Will got stacks. Will got $500 million worth of scripts sitting there. 20 million a movie. 25 million for that movie. Come on. Come on, Will. Do this one, do that one. They begging him to do movies. When we gonna do Bad Boys 7? When we gonna do Bad Boys 8? You know, she hasn't had a major motion picture starring in, and I don't know how long. Now, this is not me bashing her. I'm just trying to say how things must be at home. That's all I'm saying. Ladies, let's be honest. I know y'all say y'all love us. Y'all can be jealous of us sometimes. Just like, man, I don't think I've ever, I can honestly say I'm not in a relationship where I feel like I've ever not been jealous. Maybe my wife has done something now and I'm jealous because some dude or something. I don't know. I'm jealous because she was looking so good and everybody hollering. I should be proud of that. But in my younger days, maybe I felt a little jealous. Like, wait, whoa. No, baby, no, come on with me. You gotta go with me. That type of jealous. But I've never been jealous of her to stop her progress. Like, I'm not jealous when you get a job promotion. I'm not jealous of that. I'm not jealous because you further your education even more, and I'm not jealous because you got a new whip. I'm not jealous of those things. But if I didn't have anything, if she was making all the money and I wanted to do what she was doing, and I feel in my mind I'm qualified to do everything she's doing. I'm an actor too. But she getting these scripts for 20 million, 30 million. I might be in my feelings. I don't know. It's more to it than just, okay, you get two $20 million movies. We got 40 million and it's growing. That's one thing. Once you get past, we got a bunch of money, you're now a human being. We got all the money in the world. This is not about who gonna get the next script or who gonna get the next movie role that's gonna be able to pay the bills. That ain't what this is about. There's ego trips. There is certain things. There's something, if you really think, maybe you don't have this situation, but if you really think that it's impossible to be jealous of your spouse, there's some people that really are. And it don't matter what level of success you guys are in. If you a dude that's making $15 an hour and you've been making $15 an hour and you've been on your job all these years, and then your wife come home and say, I got a raise today, I'm making $22.50. He gonna be happy for a minute, but you know what's gonna happen after a long period of time. She gonna say one smart word. I didn't ask for extra pickles on my sandwich. And he gonna get in his feelings like, oh, bitch, you think you special now. So what, you make $22.59, I make 15. Oh, so you think you better than me now. Shit like that happen. Oh, you think you special. Now, ask me this. Y'all trying to tell me Ike Turner didn't make Tina Turner? And you trying to tell me Ike crazy ass didn't get jealous of Tina Turner? Anime Bullock, get your ass over here. Ike was jealous of Tina. He was jealous of her abilities. He was jealous that she was the one bringing the money in. He was jealous that the magazines and the runway was all meant for her. He was jealous of that. It happens. And you can't tell me that Jada might not have some of that. And then it doesn't help. It doesn't help when you have conditions. When Jada has a hair condition and it's messing with her looks in her mind. To me, I still think she's gorgeous, but that's just me. But now she don't feel like the superstar woman anymore. Not to mention now your kids are growing up in front of everybody. And it's pretty obvious as they get older, you're getting older. You're feeling older. They're picking up a fan base. Your fan base is reducing. You got to figure out something to do. So we're going to do this red table thing. And I'm going to put all our shit out here because people care. People give a fuck about us. I'm going to tell everybody why Willow did the thing she did by cutting her hair. I'm going to tell everybody. Don't nobody really, if you don't let us know, I don't think anybody tearing the doors down to get in your mix. I don't think anybody tearing shit down to know why you and August had a relationship. You call it an entanglement. And if anybody, like Tracy said, Will did that on his own, I don't think so. I don't think, I know he made the ultimate decision to say, yeah, I'll go on there. I'll do the shit. But you don't know how long it took him to say yes. You don't know what she had to do to make him say yes. You don't know what all came with him saying yes. You don't know what he would have had to deal with if he would have said, I ain't doing that shit. The fuck you talking about? Put my shit out there like that for what we was doing? I ain't doing that shit. You don't know, that might have been his first reaction. And if that was the case, maybe Jada's manipulation led the way. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to watch this video one more again. And this lady right here in this video does not look like somebody that's all broke up because this nigga says about my hair. Will, go get his ass. Go get him, Will. Shit, nigga, go get him. If you don't go get him, Will, we going to have an issue tonight. Now, you know when the one eyebrow go up, nigga, you know go get him. Sicking. Nigga, you know I'm going to talk about you all the way home, and it's going to be on my mind for the next 5 years. And I'm going to make your kids believe you a punk, too. I'm going to make your kids believe you a bitch. See how he don't defend me, y'all? See, this is the shit I be talking about. This is the shit I be talking about right here. You see why I don't call him daddy like Monique called her husband daddy? How I'm going to call this nigga daddy? He don't even take up for me. How I'm going to do that? How I'm going to treat him like a king? How I'm going to do all that? See, they can look like the honorary couple and the big couple and the king and queen out in the public because that's what the runways are for. When the cameras cut on, they cut on. But we don't know how those conversations are going in the Smith's house. We don't know. All I know is it takes a certain type of man to be in front of the cameras and look like this. And it also takes a certain type of woman to be okay for her man to be out here looking like this. It takes a certain type of woman to be able to go out there and talk about a relationship that you have with a young man who's friends with your kids. It takes a certain type of person to think that your man would be okay with airing that type of stuff. Glenn said it's Monique calling her husband daddy is weird as fuck. That's only because that, and you know, it's crazy that you might feel that way, Glenn. I'm not trying to be funny. I think it's kind of weird too, but we are from that era. We the same age. So I understand that women older women used to call their husbands daddy. Yeah, they did. So I get it. Monique ain't no spring chicken. Monique from the old school. And yeah, women back then used to be like, come here, daddy. You know, cat daddy, all that old shit. They used to say shit like that. She just old school. Come on, you know she is. Look at what she do. Look at how she talk. Auntie Monique. Now I rock with Monique. I'll rock with her. But I'm just being honest. I don't like the fact that she called him daddy like that. I kind of think it's weird. I thought it was weird when older ladies would call their husbands daddy back in the day. I kind of find it weird because I kind of find it weird that you would call somebody daddy during intimate moments. Ooh, that's kind of chilling. Like it's kind of weird. It is weird. Crystal Smith says she tried to avoid talking about it. August put it out there and she couldn't escape it. I don't know about they couldn't escape it. I don't know about they couldn't escape it. I think that when you put it out on a platform like that, you're trying to benefit from it some kind of way. I think social media could have kept them from having a red carpet or red table conversation. I think if something happened in my life, I have a podcast, I can choose to talk about it or not. people can find out the truth other than me sitting here on my podcast talking about my personal shit. I think there's other ways of people finding out, or me putting the truth out some kind of way, and there it is, y'all run with it. Or I might just not participate in those conversations at all. And I just think Tracy had a point when she said they're media whores, that they love being in the media, and it's a double-edged sword. The same thing make you laugh and make you successful. It's the same things that can make you cry and make you sad. So Tracy had a point there. Let me see. Got my table set up here. Let me make sure I got it. Yeah, I do, son. 1 second. Let me see, bro. Yeah, there it is. I just wanted to make sure I got the text message. I got you. A lot of people may have not agreed with what I said today. That's okay. I'm coming from a different, pardon me, I'm coming from a different perspective. Let's watch that video one last time before we get up out of here. I just want y'all to tell me. And if you need to see this thing again, go to my Facebook page or go to the Wyatt-Live page and go pick it up. Share it to some people. Have a conversation. Go to my page and make a comment about it. And let me know. Because I see something that maybe, when you say my glasses, okay, I'll get them. Put them on my head. But I see something here that I see something different. One last time. And on that note, I'm out of here. See you guys tomorrow at 5 o'clock. I hope so.
Can you dance? Let's find out. I want to see everybody on the dance floor right now. I'm about to put y'all to the test. Let's go. Do you know the dances? Do you know the hip hop dances? Let's see. This one is the raw for sure, taking no chances. Bringing back the old school dances, here's the answers. Whether you remember or you're new to this endeavor, dance is a major part of this culture forever. Why do we preserve it if the children ain't learning? Culture ain't about just numbering and just wording. Sometimes you gotta show the culture at the party. Let's start with the Bismarck dance. Come on, everybody. The Bismarck, the party bout to get sparked. This is that moment you get live, get courage, get hard. I spit art, I'm one of a kind, they not me. I'm digitally underground like Shock G. Speaking of Shock G, when I jump, we jump. That's crisscross, but we talking about Humpty Hump. When you up, what? This is your chance. Come on everybody, do the Humpty dance. Let's go. Was the Humpty, now let's get it chunky. Like Biz used to say, yo, let's get funky, funky. With the funk flow, we don't stop. Right about now, we're gonna take it to the wop. Remember the wop? Feet slide, shoulder drop. We did it in the clubs, we even did it on the block. Ready, set, go. Stand on your spot. Take it to the top. Come on, y'all, let's do the wop. Hip-hopping, we dropping. We ain't even kicked yet to popping or locking. It's shocking how many dance moves we came with. Obviously, we and the ancestors got the same gift, the same lift, the same same split. As Bob Marley said, when the music hits, it's painless. You can't tame this or hate this. You gotta love me. Come on, y'all. Let me see you do the doggy. Woo! That's right. That's right. This that part where we go freestyle. Some of y'all doing the cabbage patch. Some of y'all doing the running man. Let me see what you got. Come on.